Welcome to a special episode of a product reveal video, especially in time with Philippine Independence Day celebrations. This arrived yesterday and I had no intention of making a video out of this, but this proves to be very significant, especially in light of the results of the recent Philippine elections, when everyone is encouraged to preserve history, especially in the face of propaganda and fake news or disinformation. So a publisher, Adarna House, released these books on martial law. Okay? So sharing these with you. So definitely we availed not just of the promo but of this significant act of preserving this particular documentation, so to speak, of a dark time in Philippine history, the martial law era. So again, in the face of the threats and fears that this particular part of Philippine history will be whitewashed with the incoming administration. So a lot of publishers have been reprinting and re-releasing books on martial law. By the way, kudos to the packaging, very secured. So apart from the cardboard box, the books were wrapped in bubble wrap. So these are 5 books, okay? So 5 children's books from Adarna House. So definitely these are documentation. These are children's book renditions of martial law to simplify, but at the same time explain thoroughly what the martial law era was for children, so that they won't be victims of this information now as well as in the future. So first up, we have Sijunjun noong bago ideklara ang batas militar, meaning Junjun before martial law was declared. So this is a good book because it narrates the experiences of a child, and it in a way simplifies what the martial law era was for children to easily understand. So apart from the very colorful visuals, this has dual language, both in Filipino and in English. Junjun noong bago ideklara ang batas militar. Next up, I love this. Ito ang diktadura, or this is dictatorship. The cover is very simplistic but very powerful, very telling. It is somewhat reminiscent of the series of Netflix, How to Be a Tyrant. So ito ang diktadura. So this is thicker compared to the other books. And here we have the gallery of known tyrants or dictators throughout history. And of course, the Filipino is there. Okay, a Filipino is included in this roster. You can see he's there. This is a simplified explanation of what dictatorship is for children. So it's a children's book. It's not a story, but instead it's an explanatory text aimed at explaining to children, simplifying for them what dictatorship was. The illustrations here are quite appealing, okay, to say the least. So this one, isang harding papel or a garden of paper or a garden of paper flowers. The cover is very striking, right? It's in the bright yellow. So you can see here the myth making at work during the time of the martial law era. Okay, so there are those iconographies, those posters about Bagong Lipunan, and there's this very intimidating rendition of the military police, which were very rampant during those times. This one, I believe, is the story of a girl whose mother was illegally arrested and incarcerated during that particular era. And by the way, those arbitrary arrests were very common during that time. The magic arrow. So this is the book with black and white illustration. And for me, it provides a very good contrast to when color is used. For example, in the succeeding text, as you can see here in this page, it's about a dictator always saying no to a lot of things. The illustrations are in black and white, but it provides again the stark contrast. If you see here that red was used to depict blood when the arrow was shot, and the person was hit in the chest. And the color at the end of the book, so this one signifies the freedom attained by the country from martial law during the People Power Revolution, or the bloodless or peaceful revolution. Last in this set is EDSA. This is a numbers book. By the way, EDSA is where the People Power Revolution happened before that toppled the Marcos dictatorship. So this is a numbers book. Instead of the typical numbers book, here we have specific images and numbers that prove to be significant during this particular struggle of the Filipino people. So different iconographies, different texts that prove to be very instrumental. For example, here, 5 soldiers. Okay, so 5 soldiers to represent the military police back then. Here we have tanks. Okay, so 6 tanks, and then we have the nuns who were praying and who actually put their lives on the line just to shield the rallyists from the tanks and the soldiers. So amazing colors, amazing numbers book. Very simple, very simplistic, but nonetheless very emotional and very moving and compelling. So these books are very, very important nowadays, so that the younger generations would really know what history is all about, so that they won't be easily lured, they won't be easily disinformed and misinformed by all the propaganda and all the fake news prevalent on social media. That's it for now. Thank you once again for joining me on this product reveal, and hope to see you in the upcoming releases. Bye-bye!